Good evening, everyone. This is Sharon Price. I am the author, translator, and the original founder of the Spirit Program. And this is the Spirit Program Live, Friday nights at 7. This program tonight was really important for me to do. I wasn't really sure what I was going to be doing this week because we just series. I had a relationship series, which was 6 parts. It spells out Christ, not a religious program. It was about communication, honesty, respect, integrity, sacrifice, and trust. So go to my YouTube channel and you will find all 6 of these on the YouTube channel. I'm going to ask you to like, share, comment, subscribe. It keeps my algorithm going. I appreciate everyone that's come on recently. So if you're new to my channel, thank you and welcome. I appreciate it. I'm putting up lots of content, daily, weeklies, and also showcasing the Spirit program, which is a 12-week wellness, mind, body, and spirit program that I facilitate and have actually for many years. Back in 2002, I wrote 10 books. Those 10 books became a national course book called Your Toolbox for Life. All 10 of them are in this one course book. But the interesting thing about tonight is our class this week. I've been showcasing the 2 winners. The one is our grand prize winner of $1,000 worth of service and products from myself and businesses in the local community here in Frederick, Maryland. But the interesting thing about this is they're on this week's lesson, which they'll be disclosing next week how it went for them. This is called The Art of Forgiveness and Self-Healing. But just today, I was actually updating my last book in the series from the Spiritual Maturity series called The Gift of Love. And I went through, and it's interesting when you go back through material you wrote years later, or you update something as your life has changed. But I thought about how closely these 2 tie in. And I really wanted to showcase the gift of love tonight, along with the art of forgiveness and self-healing, because they're both part of loving yourself, is forgiving yourself. I know you've heard of people talk about love bombing. Be careful. Don't be, around people that are love bombing you when you're first dating and they do this and they pull away and they give all these examples of people's erratic behavior. But what they're really doing is just showering you with affection and gifts and compliments. So I'm going to ask you tonight to love bomb yourself. What does that mean? It means being kind, considerate, respectful, giving yourself attention, that's self-care, loving yourself, praising yourself, complimenting yourself, always being kind, but not pulling it away, meaning this is for a lifetime. We were taught so early in life, especially people from what I call the older school era, that you are not supposed to put yourself first. It's very selfish. Everyone else gets served before you do. That is very untrue. Even in Jesus's model, his teaching, he went out in the wilderness for 40 days to get away from people to take care of himself. I'm sure there were a lot of other times that he was in solitude or other places where he was doing self-care as well. All of the things aren't talked about, because the people that wrote it weren't there and living beside him during his lifetime. But I'm going to say that it's so critical for you to realize that taking care of yourself, being kind to yourself, being considerate, serving yourself first is not selfish, it's selfless. Because the better we treat ourselves, the more we know about ourselves, the kinder we are, the further we get ahead in life, the better we feel, the happier we are, the more joyful. All of those things that we are, we share with the other people around us. But I'm going to teach you one really important lesson. You've heard this saying over and over again, but not the way I'm going to say it tonight. You've heard people say, do not serve anyone from an empty cup. Fill your cup first. Fill your plate first. Well, I'm going to tell you to fill that cup first and fill your plate first, and then serve yourself first. Serve yourself before you give anything away. Charity starts at home. Charity starts with you. You're not a charity case. I'm using that as an example that there are some people that are so selfish with themselves, they won't buy themselves their basic needs, from a pair of shoes to the food they need, to taking care of their bodies, moving their body. but yet they will do that for anyone. They'll buy you a gym membership. They'll buy you the shoes you need. They will give you the last dollar they have. They'll give you, that's where all these people attract people that take advantage of people that are good-hearted and compassionate, loving and kind. But what's unfortunate about that, and I've worked with so many people that are exactly like what I'm talking about, lived around people, been, part of people's lives that do this because I teach this program for so long. It's really seeing them do this with everyone but themselves. Um, I've been out shopping. I was shopping recently with someone and I said, "Oh my goodness, did you just pick up all those things that you wanted for yourself and then put them back?" And they said yes. And I used to always shop with someone my whole life, someone close to me, I'm not mentioning who, that always did the same thing. They would go in a store and they would purchase something if it was for someone else. They'd pick up things, but if they'd have one thing left in their hand, by the time they were done, they may have had seven things. And the one thing that was left was for someone else. And the guilt that people feel about being, kind to themselves, being loving to themselves, is not the way, we're supposed to be. Be your own best friend. Take yourself to dinner. Buy yourself roses and flowers. I've got a thing of roses sitting right in front of me right now. In fact, I'll show you just to prove it. I bought them for myself. I have no problem buying flowers. I don't expect them from other people. If someone gives them to me, I am very gracious and I love them. I love sunflowers. I love roses. I love any flower. I love anything that makes our world beautiful. From our trees to our bees to our flowers, things that God put here to surround us with, animals, and just beautiful things that we don't appreciate every day, from the moon to the sky to the stars. And as silly as that might sound to someone that's listening to this, it's not silly to me. It helps make my life more joyful and more happy. And those are the things money can't buy. There's so many things you can do for yourself that are self-care that have nothing to do with going out and spending money or spending very little money. It's about your time. Do you spend time on yourself? Do you give yourself time and permission to relax? Just sit down and watch a good movie, read a good book, um, grab a cup of tea, talk to a close friend. There's all different types of things that we can do that don't cost money, but they are improve our quality of life, um, improve how we feel about ourselves. And I did a small short clip this week where I talked about confidence. Confidence is not egotistical. Confidence is something that we should all carry. It means that, we're proud of ourselves and the abilities we have or the gifts we offer, who we are as a person, what we offer to someone else in their life, and also appreciating and recognizing those same gifts and qualities in someone else that sometimes they can't even see in themselves. But it's not, again, there's nothing wrong with having confidence. Confidence is superpower. And that's what I talked about. When you're confident, you can overcome, things that you never thought you could do before. You get beyond the fear and the hesitations and see your gift of choice and freedom to choose and to change your mind if you don't like something, but to feed your mind with positive people, places, and things. And I say this all the time, but the one thing that has to come first is love. Love is the only thing that matters. That's the only thing that connects us. So connecting yourself to that love, that infinite, powerful, universal love that God showers us with, every day. Spirit, God, the universe wants to shower you with that love. We put our wall in front of our heart, we close ourselves down, we even blame God for things that happen that we're not happy about, that we say, happened because it was part of God's plan. It was part of his will. Look what happened. Look what they took away from me. Don't look at what's been taken away. Look at what you've had. Look at, even if you had it, you lost it. I would rather have love and lose love and feel the pain from that. Even if it's 5 minutes of love to 15 minutes of pain, I would take the 5 minutes of love and the 15 minutes of pain that is a result of that love. It means I had it, and it means you can have it again, but it means you have to learn how to have it for yourself all the time. And you won't be seeking it. It just finds you, it exuberates from you, and other people want to be part of that. They want to be part of that love that you share with others, and part of that love that you share with yourself first. Because when you share it with yourself, you can openly share it with others. You're not afraid that you may love someone more than they love you, or you may care more than they care. Caring is loving. Kindness is love. Compassion is love. Listening, um, just all of those things are part of the fruits of the spirit, but love encompasses all of it. And the art of forgiveness and self-healing is all about how to forgive others that have harmed us, but also ourselves. That is also a gift to you. It's freeing when we forgive. It's not about the other person. Whether you forgive and forget, we don't really forget. We can forgive and move beyond. Sometimes build a stronger relationship with that person, because I don't think anything is unforgivable. And yes, I said those words. There's nothing that's unforgivable, not in God's eyes, maybe in your eyes, but never in God's eyes. God said every act and every choice people make is forgivable. And I'm not going to go into all the things that you can be coming up with in your head that you can tell me are not forgivable things, because it's not going to change the way I feel. It's not going to change the fact that I believe that unconditional love exists for all of us, that God showers us with that every day, but we put a wall in front of our heart. We close off our connection. It's like an umbilical cord. You're linked to that spirit of the universe, to God that showers you and encompasses you. Whether you recognize it, receive it, decide to take it in or not, it's all up to you. But the more you love yourself, you open up, you develop that relationship with spirit, with the divine, with God, then you will have that undivine, unconditional love for yourself. And then you'll share that with others. And that means love with no expectations, no strings attached. Not tick for tack. I do for you if you do for me. I'm only doing this, in hopes of getting something from you. That's not true love. That's not unconditional love. Unconditional love has no strings attached. So that's the kind of love that you have to first share and with yourself. And it starts with forgiveness, and forgiveness is healing. And then it starts with getting to know every little aspect about you, like you would if you were love bombing someone and you wanted to find out about them so you could play that game. I don't even want to talk about that. That to me is low energy. It's negative. I used it tonight as an example. It's going to be my headliner. The reason is because I want you to love bomb yourself and don't ever pull away. Don't ever have a reason not to. Don't ever be unforgiving or unkind. Don't ever carry around guilt. And you will do a magnificent job at living the best life you could ever live. And you'll also be able to share it with others. My program will show you how to do that. Please check in. Please look at our 12-week program. I say ours because Spirit helped me with this, and I always use that word, the Spirit organization, getintothespirit.com. I'm sorry, I'm going to take that back. That's a different getintothespirit.org, is how you get to the website, or under authorsharonprice.com. So authorsharonprice.com, getintothespirit.org. You can find my services. I do spiritual channeling. I'm a translator. I do a life coaching program. I do a 12-week Mind, Body, Spirit program. I do a relationship program. And I do a grief healing program. And I do programs out in the community. So it's always available. I work virtually. I have a virtual studio. I've had so many people ask me if I come back out in public, only when I'm doing events. I will always stay virtual from this point forward, because anyone that has come to an event or been one-on-one with me in a private session or in a group session has told me that there's no difference to them. It's sitting directly in front of you. I am able to do my job efficiently and productively and with compassion and care the same exact way. So have a fabulous evening. Have a great weekend. Please shoot me a message. Tell me what you think about the videos, the clips. You can reach me on any of the platforms. I'm on Facebook. I'm on YouTube, and I'm also on Instagram. And then you can also send me an email through authorsharonprice@gmail.com. And that is also a contact form on the website. Thank you and have a very blessed evening.